So my movie Food Chains is about farm workers in America. I mainly focus on tomato workers in Florida, one particular group called the Coalition of Immokalee Workers.
We know our economy is stronger when we reward an honest day's work with honest wages. Let's declare that in the wealthiest nation on earth, no one who works full-time should have to live in poverty.
My dad is a tomato scientist, and he gave me a book called Tomato Land, all about the abuses of the workers in Florida. And when I read the book, I was shocked. It talked about esclavitud moderna, it talked about sexual harassment, it talked about people stealing the wages, the salary of the workers, and that made me very inspired because I didn't know that these types of abuses still existed in America. But at the same time, it talked about this group, the Coalition of Immokalee Workers, and how they were fighting and they were winning. I think that there is a lot of potential for this movie Food Chains to raise a lot of awareness and begin a lot of dialogue and conversation. If the people come together, if the people sacrifice, they can change anything. And that's the message of our movie, and I think that's important for people everywhere, of course in Mexico also. There was a big strike in northern Baja, as you know, with the strawberry pickers who work for Driscoll's. The leaders of this movement in northern Baja, they were also farm workers in America. They were farm workers in Florida, they were farm workers in California, and they saw how the workers, the poorest farm workers in America, who are mainly Latino, fought and won battles against very large corporations. The exciting thing about the work that the Coalition of Immokalee Workers has done is that it can be a model. They're only focusing on tomatoes, but the companies that they're fighting now they are partners with, like Walmart, like McDonald's, like Trader Joe's. They buy other things too. Walmart buys electronics. Walmart buys clothing. These supermarkets like Trader Joe's, they're buying cucumbers, they're buying meat, they are buying dairy. Oftentimes, these products, even when we're looking at clothing and electronics, these products are made by people who are very poor. In China, the worker who makes the iPhone gets about $15 US, but we buy that iPhone for $500. Can that person at the bottom, can they get more money? Of course they can get more money. Companies only care about one thing, really, and that's profit. Where does the profit come from? It comes from my pocket. It comes from your pocket. In this sense, consumers have a lot of power. So when they see consumers unite with a message, whether it's for healthier food or whether it's for workers' rights, these companies, they listen. That's what the coalition has done. The coalition went to consumers in America and said, companies like Taco Bell, these companies are buying a lot of tomatoes and they're not paying enough to the farmer. So the farmer can't pay us enough. And they asked companies like Taco Bell just to pay one more penny per pound of tomatoes. And that penny means a lot for the workers. And so in that sense, it's a model. You don't just have to go up one level and fight. You can go to the consumers, to the very top, and ask for your rights there. I think that in San Jose del Cabo, with the company Del Cabo, there's a lot more consciousness, a lot more awareness about conditions in the field, about how farm workers are treated. And as a consumer, you have to be aware of the system in your area. You have to be aware of where your food comes from. There's a much deeper story that needs to be told, but we were only able to show the surface of it. So I think that it's important to care about what the food looks like, whether it's organic or whether it's not organic, about pesticides, but I think it's more important to think about the people that bring us this food.